Previously, the group woke up to the sound of a Pegasus post rider, and Zaya hurried to get copies of the paper. It was immediately noticeable that this was the first one in a while that didn't have anything in it about the magic use in the city. The day passed without issue, and later in the afternoon, the group reached the point where they needed to head into the woods if they were going to try to make a rubbing of the Waystone. After some discussion, they decided to go for it. They made camp once it got dark, and Yar and Enola asked the group some questions about their pasts. Eventually, Sean and Tornak decided to play some cards. Tornak tried to cheat and read her mind, but even with that bonus, he still lost. Keelan and Taria had a talk about the Empire during their shared watch, and she told him that her father was captain of the guard. Taria had seen for herself that the Empire gave people the option to kneel or run away, and she'd run away. Keelan told her that he'd seen firsthand what happened when you didn't kneel or run away. The next morning, once the sun was out and about again, several of the group noticed a dead body slumped over a log near the camp. There were several pamphlets on the body that Keelan could tell were related to the cult that the group had encountered due to the pendant he'd picked up reacting to them. Taria read the pamphlet, reading it out loud at first, before quickly stopping when it became clear it was having effect on Keelan. It described the words for what seemed to be an ancient banishment ritual. Everyone convinced Taria not to experiment with the potential magic curse since they didn't know what it would do or if it would harm Keelan. Then they went to take a closer look at the body, since neither Oz nor Keelan had taken a close look at it. The man had deep gashes in his chest that were black around the edges. There was far less blood than there should be, though. The group moved on, paying close attention as they made their way through the woods. As they got close to their destination, several of them noticed that the path the man whose body they'd found had followed crossed theirs again. They also saw another body just off the path they were following. Taria made her way over to the body, which was missing its head. Once again, there wasn't nearly enough blood. Around that time, the group started hearing a loud clicking sound coming from the clearing ahead of them. After some back and forth about what to do, Tornak used minor illusion to make a sound of chanting about 30 feet away. It immediately caught the attention of the shadow spawn horror in the clearing up ahead. It screeched and made a beeline for the group, attacking Keelan and Oz. Taria pulled out the pamphlet and started reading from it, and the others who'd taken the other pamphlets did as well. Sean created a duplicate of herself on the other side of the creature, where nobody but Oz could really make it out. The others continued reading, and when Tornak finished the final part, the creature mentally said, "No," and the fight continued. Keelan became frightened by the creature and started moving away from it, although he was able to attack it with his longbow a moment later. The others hit at the creature, slowly doing more and more damage against it. As it became clear the creature was becoming weaker, Tornak tried to read his part, the final section, again. A lightning bolt came down from the sky, hitting the creature. Sean immediately dropped her duplicate, which no one in the group but Oz, who already knew about it, had noticed. Lights burst out of the creature, flying into everyone's chest as they suddenly felt just a little bit stronger. And that is where we left off.